Okay. Hey everyone. So I'm going to build a little Wordle terminal application with Rust. So I've been reading about Rust for a while and doing a few algorithms and things like that with Rust, but I thought I'd try making a little terminal application. So let's see how this goes. This should be pretty easy for anyone to follow along, as I won't be using any advanced Rust concepts, I don't think. Now Wordle, for those that don't know, is a game that's become pretty popular recently, and it's a simple game, isn't it? And so I thought it could be a good little task to implement it with Rust. So if I go Wordle, maybe if I do this in incognito mode, it'll be better, since I've already done this before. And it'll give you some instructions. Okay, so these are the rules of the game. So basically you have to guess a 5-letter word, and then any letter that's green, it means it's correct, and if it's yellow, it just means it's the correct letter, but it's in the wrong place. And if it's black, then that letter does not appear in the word. So, let's have a go. So, A-E-I-O-U. Most words contain a vowel, so this would be a good way to find out which letters are in the word. And if I press enter, it says not in the word list. So the word list basically contains a whole bunch of 5-letter words, and it has to be a valid word. And you can use pretty obscure words to try to fish for letters, but the answer itself, the hidden word that we're looking for, will always be a reasonably simple word that you should have seen before. Because it would be quite frustrating trying to find a word that you've never seen before. So let's just say hello, and we've only got one, so that's not good. And let's type in Rusty. Okay. Let's go there. I don't know. So we've got a T and I and an O somewhere. I'm not sure what that could be. Oh, that's good. So the T goes, maybe I'd say the second letter is a T, or the last word. So like fluent, but we know it's got an O in it. Oh, this isn't good. Okay. So O point. Okay, so we got pretty lucky. I don't think I deserve to get that correct, but anyway, you can see how the game works. Okay, so we'll try and implement this in the command line. So you'll just type in a guess, it'll pause the line in standard input, and then we'll try provide a hint, and you will get 6 guesses. I was thinking maybe I'll be generous and do 8 guesses, just to make it a bit easier. Take the pressure off. Okay, so that's done. And yeah, I guess I was going to scrape a list of 5-letter words. It would be cool to put it into a text file or something and pause it, but I'll see if I can just chuck it into a vector. And I was thinking I'll have this vector alive for the lifetime of the program, so anything can kind of access these strs and not worry about it, any dangling pointers or anything, which Rust will try to prevent from happening. So list of 5-letter words. Yeah, I guess we could just start off with some common 5-letter words and then extend it. This is not good. I want something I can copy and paste. 5-letter nouns. This rest. 5-letter words. I'll try to go to the Wordle set. Thanks. Sorry, my computer's going a little bit slower because of the recording. Let's see if I can find it in the source code. Sources. Permission to use, copy, modify, or distribute the software without fee is hereby granted. Without fee is hereby granted. Oh, that's cool. I go for find the point. So, I have some words. Pretty fun. What is this? Okay. So I've created a Rust binary here. So hopefully I can make a new Rust file with the words. Check the words there. Yep. So let's just make this a const, I guess. I'll make it, put it in a function. The public I guess we'll just use strings. So I was kind of thinking of using stir. Oops, I keep clicking that crab. Too big. So there's this advice here. So it says use stir. You only need a view of a string. And we only really need a view of these strings from the perspective of the dictionary. But, yeah, let's see. What's the difference between these? These look like weird words down here. These look like common words, huh? Okay, cool. Yeah, common. So, I guess I don't need a vec, but use a vector. Not sure what that is. Uncommon. would be nice just to have these at the start of the main method. Yeah, right. Let's make a struct. Oops, it's a struct word list. Let's pop it. So I have common, uncommon, and then we want all the words too. I guess we want to hash it so we can look them up to see which words are valid. So that will be normally it's better to import the parent library and go like collections, hash set, so we know where it comes from, but hash set's pretty common, so I'm just going to go hash set. So actually, instead of a method, we'll do an impl. Impl word. So this is apparently idiomatic for us to have a new method. And it can just return itself. So I could go south. I'll just go south. And then word. Like this. I got my common words and my uncommon words. So I would go like this, but I've got the wrong type. So this can't just convert into this. So I'll have to go conversion into that. I think I can collect stir into string. We'll see if I get a compile error or not. Uncommon. All words. Multiple all words. So let's make all words. Okay, I guess I can. So we'll just iterate through. Okay, so all words just starts off with the common words. Not sure why it's complaining. And it's a bit frustrating. My computer's going pretty slow due to the recording. It also says up here, follow is not included in the module tree, so an else is not available. So maybe I should include it first. So make this word list a module. Mod word list. Okay, so now it should be right. Do this go with attach file to main. Okay, so it's just going slow because of the record. Save this. Save this. Oh, it's gone. Okay. Yeah, so now we need to extend all words. Actually, I could use chain. Right. So that's a chain. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. So this is quite nice. Like, I don't like having two ampersands in a row, but this dot can it just keeps going until it finds the toString method. So now we've got strings. So this should work. So we should have strings that can get collected into here. I mean, there may be a nicer way to do this, but I think this will be fine. Okay. So I think that's what we need to know. And I guess we could check if the word's valid here. Yeah, it's hard to know. I guess we'll put it here for now. Like, I'd maybe prefer to have a function elsewhere that decides if a word is valid or not. Like, one thing we need to consider is, like, when we grab the input from the user, we need to make sure it's lowercase, because all of these are lowercase. We need to trim any spaces and new line characters and things. So yeah, I won't bother with having a valid record here. But there will be a point where we need to check if all words contains the word, and then we'll know if it's a valid word. So I could make a method called isWord, and we just check if this contains it. And then I could make these public. If I make these public, I mean, I'm just trying to think, will we need to access this? We need to be able to get a random word, a random common word, to make a, because that'll be the hidden word that we start off with. Okay, so maybe we should have some methods. Get random word. So I thought of some terminology here. So what did I say? Guess. An attempt at finding the solution hint. Solution. Okay. The hidden word we're trying to find. So let's just say this is done. So this could be called get solution, but from our perspective here, it's just get random common word, and then I'll call that solution, within the context of the main function, or wherever I call this from. I don't know that this random word is the solution. But yeah, for now, this doesn't really know how it's being called. So, 10 thread, is it? Just 10 thread range. How do I get a random number? Thread range. The range flag. This is tough. I rely on autocomplete quite a bit, but because it's lagging, I'm not getting. Where's autocomplete? I need to import us. Okay, I've been here before. Get this going on, bro. I don't need to import it, I think. My IDE will import it. We'll just call it I because it's an index. Usually it would offer to import it for me. Must be too laggy. I have to do it myself. Okay. Oh, I need to add this to my cargo.toml, I think. Dependencies. Random equals. Ah, nice. Thank you. Okay, let's just see what happens. To run this thing. Let's just try run this. So I can see this Control R. I can click the run button. Where's the run button? This is it. Run with coverage. Run. Yeah, I'm just going to use Control R. Of course, this is running stop and rerun. Okay. So it's blocking, waiting for the file lock on package. I see. So it already started updating from create.io as soon as I updated the cargo.toml. So that's nice. And it just takes a bit of time. Oh damn. Let me know, be quick the next time I do this. What else did we want to do in the meantime? Okay. So yeah, I mean, the piece of code I wanted to start off with was parsing the guest from standard input. But it's nice that we've got these words and things already. So we've kind of got one concept, we're going to have another concept, and then we'll try to find a way to make the two pieces of code fit together. Okay. Oh. So I'm just going to do a bunch of code in this main.rs for now, and then I'll package it up later. So just Oh, we got an error. Okay. Type text string cannot be built from the standard error. Okay. I'll just click on this and it'll take me to line 22. Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't think I need to map this. Let's Google it. Okay, so I just use toString. I don't want to use toString. Ah, mapstring.com. That's interesting. I've never tried that before. Okay, let's try run this. I'm gonna need to get a new computer, I think. This is tough, using screen recording and everything at the same time. Having a fast computer does help. A few warnings, but that seems what? 5 warnings emitted. Never used. Yep. Never used. Constructed. Variable does not need to be mutable. That's true. Okay. Cool. So let's just so let's make this public. Let's make this public. Let's make it public. We actually need software. So we just need to be able to read our words. Self.common. So the common word. Use clone. So a lot of people are afraid to use clone because it's expensive, but really it's just the cost of copying a string, and you got to read that string anyway, so it's pretty much the same speed. So I guess twice the speed, twice as slow, so it doesn't make much difference. Yeah, if it's something you got to read anyway. What do we want for our range? So let's go with n. Let n equals self.common. let's, what do I call it? Solution. Come on, let's hope this works. Now this is cheating, of course. You shouldn't just print the solution. But for now, we'll allow it. Okay, let's try run this. Hopefully we have less warnings. Nope. Yeah. And I've increased my font size so that you guys can see. It just means I have to scroll across to see these errors. Implicitly returns. Oh, did I don't want that. So I don't want this here, this semicolon, because I want this as the return value. Otherwise, it doesn't get returned. I always do that. Come on, give us a random word. I reckon it's gonna work. Okay. Did it work? I'm not sure. Label. Cool. Let's run it again. Yarn. Canoe. Awesome. So it's giving us random words. So part of our program works, so that's good. That's some progress. So, well, maybe I should do some timestamps or something. I don't know. I guess a finished word list. Potentially. No, I want a function called get guess. Or something like that. So I want that here. Do I want a separate module? We kind of have a dependency on this word list because we need to know if the word is valid or not. Let's just make that now. Is valid. Usually I wouldn't make an is valid method like this. I'd just, at the point I want to check, I'd just check if it's in these two. But because that means I need to make these public, and it's like, okay, I may as well just make a function, a public function, and then you just keep these private. These are private by default. So, is valid. Let's just use let's call it guess. Oh, we'll just call it word. And we'll go X to this time. And we can go, let's go return boolean. Oh, we need south. Too used to coding in Go at the moment, I guess. South dot all words that contains what? Cool. Nice. To be honest, I was going to test it out by printing it, but why don't we write a test in here? So, test. function test everything. So set words dot is valid label. Three, 4, 5. And an interesting test would be like a 6-letter word or something. Like, let's just say hi. This shouldn't be valid because it's not 5 letters. Let's just do a 4-letter word. 4. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see if this runs still. This is frustrating how slow this is. Thanks for your patience. So it's running cargo test in the command line, I think. So I could set up testing here. Debug run. There is a way just to test it here. Maybe if I right click. Oh, maybe I can just click on this. Run test. Huh. That would be cool. I don't have to use the command line. Uh-oh. That word move occurs because words has had word list. Copy check. Word is moved due to method though. This shouldn't be moved. So that we don't actually need a copy of self, we just need a reference to self. How do I run this again? Run. There should be a rerun button. Rerun. Cool. So it works, I think. And just to be sure, I'm just going to run cargo test. Yep. That was a bit better. Always use the terminal. Okay, so we can get a random word. And I guess we solution. Yeah. You always want a valid solution, huh? No, we don't want to print the solution, that would give it away. So we want to get a guess from standard in. But let's just say welcome to work. then we'll say please visit. We'll give a shout out to these guys. This is actually quite cool. It's a progressive web app, so you can use this on your phone as well. And I think, you know, a lot of progressive web apps don't work out so well, but this is a good example of a time when it makes sense to have a progressive web app. Very officially. I guess if your boss is watching over your shoulder, then maybe just stick to, I'll make this a crate so you can play it at work and it'll look like you're working because you'll be in the terminal. Okay. So get guess from standard in. Do you want to implement it here? Why not? We'll do it here for now. You're not really supposed to add too much logic into your main virus. So how to get input from standard in. First. So I've logged this up before. Okay, here we go. Okay. I guess you do your inputs before your modules. I don't know. And one thing I was thinking about before when I was planning this was if we should use a result or not. Because I guess we have two errors. One error is that, well, we can get I/O errors, but you could also have an error if it's an invalid input, such as a word that doesn't exist and things like that. And so then I'd need to merge different error types, or I could just panic if I get an I/O error, because I think it's unlikely to happen and our program's not going to deal with it. But I don't like methods panicking and then you don't know that a panic can occur. So it's better to return an error and then panic higher up, where so there's higher level logic that can deal with everything. And I was thinking, yeah, there's different ways of combining results. Anyway, let's just code a little bit and then I'll talk about this in a bit. That makes sense. I think that's all we need. Okay. So here they're returning error. Oh, maybe I just go up. Get line from standard in. Might be better. Result string. Okay, this is interesting how we have a string here, but we have a reference to part of the buffer here of the string. And I guess that's because when you lowercase so many characters, it changes the number of bytes that need to represent that character. And so the actual length of the string might change. And so you can't reuse, you can't just point into the same slice of memory, I guess. So we actually have to rebuild the entire string, which is interesting. I mean, in our case, we only really want ASCII characters, and so we could actually be more efficient here, but I mean, who cares about efficiency for this? But then trim, we can always keep the result of the piece of memory we want intact, and so we can just reference that segment. Okay. So let's go trim start to string. Okay. Maybe that will work. And so for so that 8 will go slightly more than 6 attempts. Do I need I don't know. Okay. Actually, we don't want 8. We don't want 8 attempts because an attempt might not be valid if you input an invalid word or something like that, or a word that's not length 5. So can I make an iterator? So let's just say valid guesses. I don't know how to do it like functional guesses. Get line, send it in. Filter. So just need to right. No, maybe I don't know if we can pass this. Oh, maybe this will work. Let's make this beautiful. Valid guesses. Okay. Cool. Valid guess. But actually, I don't like this. Okay, I need to filter the errors from here. The problem with this iterative seems nice. I was going to say .take. So my reason for doing this was because then we could just take exactly how many attempts you want to provide. But then, how do we respond to an error? Do we want to tell the user that the word they entered was invalid or that there was an IO error? I guess so. And then we could just use a while loop, while the number of attempts are less than 8. Just out of interest, is there a way of filtering these results? dot unwrap. So then we just panic if we have an IO error, which seems nice. But this is kind of a little bit hidden, I guess. Yeah, it's not much better unwrapping here. We could have just unwrapped here. Oh. What happens if we run this? Okay, 0 arguments. Method not fulfilled. So this is a reference to a string instead of a stir. And here we have a stir. But I think it should just work because string implements a conversion called from, where it can convert to a reference of a stir automatically. And then just for efficiency, we can just say void.len not equal to 5, return false. Okay, let's see if this works. Run that. Why remove this mute? Doesn't need to be mutable. No. I'm sure this needs to be mutable. Something is very wrong here. Oh, I'm running the test. So how do I quit out of this? Close that. Oh, okay. I didn't run it. Now if I try this, it should run it. Welcome to Wordle. So officially, hello. Valid guess hello. Not a valid guess. Okay. Find Rusty. Then not a valid guess. Well, wait, how is valid guess stuff? Oh yeah, that is fine for this. Looks like we're out of guesses. 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know about. Okay, so we should probably return once you guess the word, and we need to provide a hint. Just thinking, should we just leave it like this with the unwrap and the filter? I guess so, just to keep it simple for now. Let's focus on trying to write a hint. So let's just say let hint equal okay. I guess. And we need distortion as well. And then we just want to print the hint. Why is this great? Use of moved value. I see it. So this needs to be a reference. Fair enough. So we need to create this. How do I create this automatically? Create function get hint. Okay. Let's call this guess. And I guess that's a string. Yeah. We'll just call it sol. And this needs to be a string, I guess. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure how the rules work. So if there's multiple characters, like if there's two letters that are the same, I guess it just ignores it. I don't think it does anything special. Like if you put 3 A's and there's only 1 A, do you get 3 yellow squares? I'm not sure. We also need some characters to output. So green icon, search for the file. Green square. Okay, paste it in here. We'll just cross that out. Cross that out. Print the hint to stand it out. Whoops. Find my square icons. Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, emoji. Grand square emoji. Bear with me. I need to get some blocks here. And what was the other one? Okay, so it might help if we find some better emojis eventually. Okay, so what do we need to do? For each character in the guess, if it's matches, maybe we can just use bytes instead of characters. So B and I and guess that bytes. Chart indices could be helpful. Chart indices. This is bytes. There's no bytes indices. I just right. So I guess we're kind of operating under the assumption that our characters are ASCII, and I hope that's okay. Okay, so bytes, bytes. So we'll just use a string to represent the hint. So return the hint. And so for each guess, we need to figure out if it matched exactly or not, then it will be green. So if B is equal to bytes I. So let's push. So we have three cases. If it's in the right position, if it matches and it's in the right position, then we want the green square. So this is when it matches. After so bytes that contains okay. So if it contains it, then that character exists, so it should be yellow. Otherwise it's black. Otherwise this red. Equal sign. Okay. We need a semicolon here. Okay. Let's try run this. I should actually add a configuration for checking. Prefer cargo check. Duplicate this. Copy configuration. Call it check. And I think that should be fine. Take a little bit of time the first time, but it should be pretty quick. On that one, just let us iterate a bit faster using check. Set up run. Let's run this again. Yeah, that's 0.12 seconds. That's not too bad. And the video recording going. 0.9. Yeah, that's good. You know what, Wordle warnings so far. Unused result that must be used. Yeah. That was not intentional. Remove this mute. I'm sure this needs to be mutable. Oh, because I'm consuming it. I own it. Is that right? I don't know. Dead code. So we're not using the uncommon. Really? I thought I used it down here. Yeah. I see. So we create it, but we never use it. So do we even need? Yes, we don't. Okay. Cool. Now, so I've got this hint method which returns a string. Hopefully this logic's correct. I should probably add a test. No, I mean, once we start playing, it'll be obvious if it's right or wrong. Where is the capitals here? Welcome to Wordle. Maybe should also have a score. Let's make this a reference so we can use it because we want to keep the guess, because then I'm going to check it against the solution later to check if they've won the game or not. Not going to use anything. If valid guess. Let's just go with guess actually. You know it's valid because I named this valid guesses. Guess is equal to solution. Congrats. Yeah. Let's check this. And hopefully we're ready to play and see how this works. Unless I'm missing something. What else did I have to do? Create an AI for the game. So I think I might do these two in a separate video. I've actually never made a crate before. Potion, guess, hint. Yep. Alright, moment of truth, huh? Let's run it. Welcome to Wordle. So I should probably say enter a gift. But, hello. Uh-oh, everything's black. Rusty. Cool, so we got two in the right place. One thing I'm noticing is the squares don't quite align. Yeah. So it's hard for me to tell. I got the fourth one is correct. So the T and the R are correct. Trust me. Okay, so now I've got the T correct. The last letter is a T, the second letter is an R. What about more? Like CR is pretty common. Yeah. What's a word that's got an R and then a T at the end? Something like PHT. Right? This is strange. This is a tough one. Grit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. I don't know why these letters are moving around, so there's something a bit weird there. Okay. So GR something something T. Have I tried A? I haven't tried A yet. Okay. Great. Have I tried I? Haven't. What's happening here? There seems to be some kind of a bug. Like it doesn't like it when I use backspace. Maybe. Oh, that's not a valid word. Okay, so it works. That's good. And it does need to say invalid word though, otherwise it's just a bit confusing. Rolled. Rep. That's not a word, huh? I don't know. So great was close. What vowels does it have? Probably A. Bronze. Oh. Jeez. How did I not get that? Okay. Finally. So I guess, are we done here? Or should we tell you if you made a mistake? Maybe I'll just end the recording here. Let's see. Maybe I won't add this last filter. SF not is valid. No, I don't actually like this whole thing. Let's just take this there. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this whole thing, and I'll give you 6 attempts. All attempts less than 6. This is a bit more clear. That I expect. Please expect. So instead of just panicking, we're going to panic with a message saying, couldn't send it in. Okay. Let's try that. So being kind of new to Rust, I think this was quite a good project. It was about the right level of difficulty. And I feel like I've kind of achieved something. So it's good. Hello. Blah. Blah. Apparently blah is like a really good thing to try. Okay. So we've got an A and an H. What's going to A mention part? But we know it doesn't start with an H because of this one. So we've got an H and an A, and we've got a T. Let's try TH. That's, I think I would guess, okay. Doesn't start with TH. So I don't know what it was. So we need to what else can we do to improve it? Let's try cargo run. That's not good. Why are these boxes overlapping? And actually, I do want to space these out a bit. Maybe I can use tabs. So, print with tabs. Let's just go to string. So C and size. Print. Print tab. How do you get tab like that? And we don't want to start with a tab, I guess, do we? Let's get one. Remove tab, print C. Usually this is a lot faster. Definitely screen recording is using a lot of CPU. Okay. Oh, that was such a bad first guess because it's got 2 hours and so on. House is pretty bad filling. Hello. Oh, I got a K. I got a K, an R, and an O. I hope it's not this. Oh, that doesn't have an R. Let's see. Park. Pork. Pork. The answer was crook. Oh well. I have to keep playing until we win and then I can end this recording. Okay, let's actually try to play well. Let's got a U and a T. Also point. Colunt. Okay, that's got no words in common. Okay, so we've got a G, a T, a U, and a T. Oh, that T was a bit of a waste. G-U-T. What about that? Thug. Gut. Grunt. It's gonna no N. Oh, this game's hard. Plug. It's gonna L. T. So it probably starts with T, I think. TU is kind of a good starting point. Target's gonna end. Let's try something completely different. This doesn't help much. Thing. So. I don't know what's a good guess. Tough. That was a damn tough one. Actually, tough is one of the toughest words you can get, I think. Okay, this is looking a bit more promising, huh? Stand. Oops. Stand. Oh, the second letter is an A. The last one. E and O. Yes, no. Then do I do so? C. It's hard doing this when you're recording yourself. It seems a lot harder. Let's pull this up. Let's just get this from an angle. PE something. So picture. I should be able to get this. Too much pressure. I don't even know about it, but can't even think of a word starting with P and ending in O other than bingo. Let's think. A, B, C, D, Yes, I don't think that's the word. Pesto. Damn it. I think I need a bit more practice at this game. Ankle. Links. Flick. Okay, I think I'm done with this recording. This is just me showing how bad I am at this game. I think I need some more practice.